Hello, gorgeous people. April Mac here, going live and here tonight to talk with the beautiful Paulina Young, who will be joining us in just a moment. And we're here to talk about a very big topic, the topic of limiting beliefs and how they're holding us back. So we all have these, and it's something that we can shift if we know how. And Paulina is going to share with us her tips for doing that, and we're going to have an awesome conversation. So for those of you watching, please, this is a conversation, so please comment and talk as we go, and we may not answer all the questions or comments as we go, but I'll definitely come back to them. Let me just see if Paulina is on. Janie is there. Hey Janie. Hi Melissa. And we're just waiting for Paulina to join us. She'll be on in just a moment. So in the meantime, I hope you've got a drink or a cuppa or something. Just saying hi. Misty Henkel has a love check. Okay, so you might be going, but nice to see you, Janie. Thanks for saying hi, and make sure you come back and watch the replay because I reckon it's going to be great. Paulina is high vibe, high energy. For those of you who don't know her, she is really quite amazing. So I'm just going to, let me just check, because I just heard a ding ding on my phone, which means that could be her messaging us. Just bear with me a sec while I check that. Just pause there for a second. Paulina, I'm just going to bring you on camera. Sorry if that paused for anyone watching. Let's see if this works. There you are. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Sorry, I haven't got my headphones in. If you got, I think you can hear me, can't you?
There's no echo on my part, so it sounds okay, I think.
Okay, so I'll just ask anyone watching, if you can just let me know if you're not hearing me properly. Just let me know. I'm just going to move over a bit. Hey there.
I think there is a bit of an echo.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Oh, maybe it's a delay. I can't work it out. I think it's a delay. I don't know.
People, just bear with me. This won't take a second. I'm just going to put my headphones in.
I'm going to share it too.
Here we go.
I'm just trying to find which one you are, because there's two of you. Hi, everybody. Whichever you try to. I'm trying to. That's better.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to share it. I'm trying to share it, but I don't know how. It's not coming up. That's okay. I'll do it later.
Well, while you try and do, you can try and do that while I intro you, if you like. So just for those watching, my phone is the wrong way around, so I'm looking at the wrong spot. I'll try and look at the right spot now. This is beautiful Paulina Young, for those who don't know her. She is a coach, and she's all about empowering women to create their best life ever. So to create a life where they absolutely thrive. So she does this in a number of ways. I'm just having a cup of tea delivered here. God, it's all happening right now. Thank you. I've got a beautiful man here delivering tea. So she helps people thrive in a number of ways. She's an conscious uncoupling coach. So that's for people who are at the point where they need to end their relationship, and she helps them do that in a beautiful way where it's empowering for them. She also helps people create online conscious entrepreneur businesses. Is that right? Have I got it right, Paulina?
Yeah,
you can correct me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just all about empowerment, thriving.
Empowering,
thriving, getting people to create an authentic brand online and to start like looking at ways to make money online and just to support people to live a life that they desire. Really, that's kind of my mission.
Yeah.
And all about empowerment, thriving, and in all areas of life.
Yeah, beautiful. And Paulina's been on a journey of her own that's taken her to this place where she can help others do what she's doing. And, we could talk all night about that, but we probably need to get onto the topic which we're here to discuss, which is all about limiting beliefs, right? So Paulina and I did a jam not long ago. What was it on? We were talking about authenticity, weren't we?
That was great.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Like we did. We had a great time. We were on Paulina's page. Now we're on my page. We both are very like-minded. We've known each other for about 7 years. Whenever we talk, we're like, because we feel the same. So we thought we'd do it online and get you guys to join in the conversation. So please leave comments. Please show us the love and, yeah, just hang out with us for the next, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so. So, Paulina, the subject of limiting beliefs. It's a
Yeah.
big topic.
It's a big topic, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots
So
to
do you
cover, but we'll
have,
just keep it short, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, look, there's
Yeah.
so much to cover, but what's your experience, like in your own experience, do you want to share some examples of where your own personal limiting beliefs have held you back, or any of your clients? You don't obviously have to name them, but what have you seen in terms of people, you know, being held back by their limiting beliefs?
Yeah, and it's such an important topic because we unconsciously, it's our beliefs are running the show that we're not aware of until we kind of bring them to the conscious and we bring them to the forefront and become that
Yeah.
observer. But before we kind of get into that space, so a beautiful example, I was just thinking about that, April, because we've known each other for 7 years, as you said, and we've been on a very similar journey. Our marriages sort of ended at the same time, and we've both gone through this sort of spiritual growth journey. And I remember very vividly, and I say this to you quite a lot, I was in the lounge room in my old house with you and your beautiful friend, is it Katie?
Yeah, Kate.
And
Yep.
and Kate, and we were talking, I was talking to you guys about that I'm wanting to become a counselor. And but back then it was like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I'm too old, all this sorts of stuff, which were holding me back from actually becoming a counselor. And also after that, I then became a coach. And again, I had these limited beliefs that were holding me back. And all of us had some beliefs, and our beliefs stem from our childhood. You know, it's something that we kind of have a blueprint of the world, and it's usually up into the age of, I think they say up into the age of 7, where our beliefs are kind of formed. But obviously beliefs start changing as we go along, as well as we get older. And so I see this a lot in my clients. Often is that so many of my heart-centered souls that I coach and support have something really strong in their heart that they're wanting to do. They have some mission or some purpose, or, you know, a passion that they're wanting to do. But however, their limited beliefs are holding them back from creating the life that they want, because they will have a story or a belief that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, who am I to do this, the imposter syndrome, all these sorts of stuff. And it's not just about business space, it can be anything, like money's too hard to come by, money grows on trees, money is the root of all evil. Or I had one for a while when I was on the dating scene, that before I worked on my beliefs, was all men are cheaters, or all men can't be trusted. So how is that belief beneficial for me? So it's I love doing this with clients, and even myself, is unpacking those beliefs and realizing they're limiting us in our growth and our expansion and in who we want to become.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. So 100%. And they're often, we're not often aware of them, right? So like you mentioned right at the start, they're often unconscious, aren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
so we don't
they're
know
running
we're
the
walking
show.
around with these beliefs. Yeah.
No.
And it's,
Yeah.
and they're running the show. We don't even know it. We're not even aware of them. And you also mentioned there that they often come from our childhood. One thing I'd like to add, or a couple of things I'd like to add, is that what I found with my own personal journey is that some have come from my childhood, most of them, but some I've also inherited from my parents. And so it's their limiting belief that I have assumed and taken on. Like my dad has a limiting belief around that our family, he's even said it to me, that our family cannot be entrepreneurs. We don't have it in us to be entrepreneurs. And so when I had decided to become an entrepreneur and create my own business, I didn't realize that I had this thought, well, I'll never be successful, because it came from him. And I never thought that I could come up with original ideas. I thought, well, I, you know, can only copy other people. So that's actually one I'm working through right now. And so, you know, this notion that, yeah, we get it from our childhood, but also we can inherit them. Don't you? Do you agree with
Yeah.
that?
100%. And we get them from who's around us that influence, people, either
Yep.
teachers or
Yep.
being at school, or, you know, friends and things. So yeah, it's not just, it's kind of like whoever you're around. And beliefs obviously can keep on changing. And I didn't have a belief well, actually, I'll be very mindful of how I say it, but I would probably won't say it, Control Alt Delete. In regards to the beliefs, can be. I was going to say something. I thought it probably might not be the right time and place to say it, but I think our beliefs can keep on changing as we get older and grow and experience things and whatever. Like, even I had a belief around marriage, and then obviously when the marriage ended, that my whole belief changed, you know, and rather than being I love marriage to like I hate marriage and marriage is, you know, bullshit and all that kind of stuff, you know, which isn't true now. So it's really, when we talk about a belief and there's beliefs, but there's also what is limited, what is the belief that is holding you back from creating whatever it is that you want in your life. It could be to go to uni, but you think you're not smart enough, or you know, it could be to go on the dating scene, but you think that you're not good enough, or it can be anything in life that is so the limited belief is what is holding you back.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, I was going to add, I don't know if this is what you were thinking, but you know, and this might be a bit out there for some people, that I think that some of our limiting beliefs even come from past lives. That's my personal belief and experiences, that I believe in past lives, and I think sometimes we come into this world with some random belief that we've brought with us. And the beauty of knowing this and then being able to deal with it is, I don't know about you, what you think, but I'm finding it's not as hard as I would have thought it was to change my beliefs. Would you agree it's not as hard as people think?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going around unconsciously with all these beliefs, but thinking that they're concrete, that they can't change their beliefs. And I completely agree with you 100%. It's basically asking yourself, is this belief beneficial or detrimental to me right now? Or is it effective or ineffective? If it's ineffective, you have the choice and the power and the control to look at it and to change that belief, you know. And if it's beneficial, then, you know, keep it. And I think that's what some of the work that I do with my clients is really asking them to unpack what their beliefs are. And it can be as simple as, you know, life is, or, you know, love is, like filling in the blank and getting people to fill in the blanks without them even thinking about it, and see what their first reaction is. And that's usually what their belief is. And if it's not beneficial, or if it's detrimental, they then get to say, okay, well, this isn't serving me. And if I had that belief all the time that I couldn't be a counselor, I couldn't coach, I, one, wouldn't be here with you now. Two, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But I chose to change that belief and change it to be much more empowering, as opposed to a disempowering belief.
Yeah. So what you're saying makes a lot of sense to me. You and I have both done lots of work in this space, but for anyone watching, if you haven't done it, it can be quite simple to, once you find the belief, to then analyze it and go, how true is this? Do I actually believe this? Because it's unconscious. Once you bring it to the conscious and you shine the light on it, you can ask yourself, do I really believe this? What's the evidence for it? You know, I love asking myself that. You know, what's the evidence that I can't make it as an entrepreneur? Other people with my background have made it, sure, you know, and I've got all these skills. You know, like, and just kind of blowing it out of the water. And it can be blown out of the water quite quickly if it's not, you know, some of them can get a bit stuck, especially ones from really early in childhood. And you do often need someone to help kind of shift them with you. But some of them you can just shift on your own, just by the pure shining of the light and the examination. So it's pretty cool stuff once you start looking at it. And I know
agree.
you've shifted so many. Yeah.
So many. Yeah. And so have you.
Yeah.
And exactly as you said, and I like to use the word be the observer of your own thoughts. Become aware of them, and then ask yourself those questions. You know, is it true? Where did I get this? Where did this belief come from? And really just playing that kind of observer of your own thoughts and your own beliefs, and then deciding to rewrite it, and looking at ways to flip it and change the belief and reframe. And that's something that's really quite powerful, because otherwise it's there, and it's always, in some ways what the topic is about, holding you back and not letting you step forward. And that's probably another topic about working through your amygdala and working through that kind of the fear that holds us or keeps us safe. But Yeah, definitely becoming the observer of all your beliefs and writing them all down. And I do a great sort of worksheet that I have with my clients, which is identifying your beliefs and then changing them and getting them to, again, bringing the unconscious to the conscious, raising that awareness. Once you have the awareness, you then have the awareness and the choice to change your beliefs.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. And so are you able to share that worksheet with people who are on tonight? Are we able to
Yeah,
share
of
something?
course. If anyone would
Yeah,
like a copy of the worksheet, they could just type in the comments worksheet, and then I can send them a private message with the actual worksheet if they would like that, or send them on to you that you can pass
yeah,
on to them if I'm not friends with them. Of course.
beautiful. That'd be awesome. Let me just have a quick look at the comments here
I
because you
can't
won't be able to
see who's
see them.
coming
I'm
up.
just going No, no. So Janie was on at the beginning. She's gone. Agnieszka's here. Hi, beautiful Agnieszka, who I met recently. And she said, Paulina, I'm studying counselling now as well. So she's, she's taking a similar direction to you, which is awesome.
That's
Agnieszka
amazing.
also says, I also believe we bring beliefs and lessons we've learned from previous lives. Yeah, I can't quite read the end of the sentence because it's my eyesight's shocking. I'm going to need glasses soon. But yeah, Agnieszka, you believe in past lives like I do too, which is cool. And some people do, some people don't. Neither here nor there.
Yeah,
I just think,
so good.
once we know what the beliefs are, it doesn't even matter where they came from. Almost, it's like, what is it? Is it like you said, Paulina? Does it serve us? Does it not serve us? And then how can we choose something different? And the notion of reframing that you just touched on before, I love that too. It's an awesome tool, and anyone can use it. You might say, an example is you say to yourself, I'm an overthinker, and you say that in a negative way, and you can just reframe that to say, oh, I'm someone who thinks about things carefully, and suddenly it's got a positive slant on it.
Yeah.
And you haven't had to do much, and so every time you catch yourself saying, oh, I'm an overthinker, and you're beating yourself up for this thing, it's like, oh no, I'm just I think things through, and that's my nature, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy to keep that the positive aspects of being a deep thinker, and then letting the
Yeah.
rest go. So
I
yeah,
love that. And
yeah,
it's also about language. Language is key, and that's probably another topic for a live as
yeah.
well.
We
To
got to
like,
write
language
these
is so
down.
powerful.
We've
We're going
got
to write this down,
language,
or
we've
else we
got
forget. Like, what else is the other
fears,
one? Our fears, amygdala. That was one as
amygdala.
well.
Yeah,
But I also
we
think
could.
it's really. I think. Oh, sorry. You go.
No, no, go
Go.
ahead.
I was going to say that, the majority of humans around the world, we all have these, most of us have something that's almost like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not, lovable, or something, and it usually stems to I'm not good enough in any sort of facet. And if once you can realize, wow, this is kind of running the show in all areas of my life or just certain areas, then you get to kind of, again, I like to use that term at the moment, control, alt, delete, and then reframe and change it and start to gather evidence to show that you are good enough, or realize that it's just a belief. It's not the truth of who you are, and or
Yeah,
not. Yeah. And really asking yourself, is this serving me or not, is the key.
yeah, yeah,
Noticing.
yeah. Yep. It's pretty simple, but
Really simple.
really profound and powerful once you get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just thinking if there's anything else. Has anyone got any other questions to ask or anything to add to the conversation? Please do so now. We'll probably just be on for a minute or two longer. Anything else you wanted to share that you had in your notes
Well, I
or
didn't have any. I didn't have
from
any
your
notes because
experience?
I know that we like to do things off the cuff and have a conversation. But one thing I would like to, I not would like to say, it's like very quite serious. I'd like to say,
Mm.
I I truly believe that we are, all of us have so much potential within us to live the life that whatever we want. I believe that we're all born limitless. And if you think about us as children, along the way when we're, growing and little, we have these, we're kids and we have this imagination and we're all, excited. But then somewhere along the way, we grow and we start to take on people's beliefs and start to kind of, the world, we start to experience stuff around the world. Sorry, not around the world, in our world, which then creates all these beliefs about ourselves. And then our dreams get squashed, or we just, again think we're not good enough, or we're not worthy, or who am I to do this? And so I just really want people to, if anyone's watching this, to kind of really think about that, about, you know, what is it that's holding me back? What are the beliefs that I have about myself? And how can I make it a much more of an empowering perspective and changing that belief, as opposed to it kind of taking over you? Because what happens is our beliefs take over and just in some ways run the show unconsciously, until we get to kind of really investigate them.
Yeah, yeah. When you were talking then, I just had the thought, and I've got a very strong belief, and it's a positive one, that the universe doesn't give us the desire for something unless we can achieve it. So if there's anything that you desire, anything at all, you wouldn't even have that desire or that thought to do something unless the universe wanted you to do it and wanted to support you to do it. So anytime you get an idea and you think, oh, I can't do that, I just can't do that, you wouldn't have even had thought to do it if it wasn't the right thing to do. So like, you just then have to figure out the keys to take those steps, and the universe will support you all the way, even when it looks like it's knocking you down and saying, doors are shutting, other doors are opening. So it's like all perfect. So, that's just, as you were talking, that just came to me, and I thought, I've got to share that, because it's just such it's been a realization of mine, and it's changed everything. So every time I doubt myself, I go, hang on, wouldn't have the thought if I couldn't do this, if I didn't, the universe didn't want me to do it. So it's been a game changer for me.
And it's also the universe won't give you what you can't handle. I love that one as well. Have you heard that one?
Yeah.
And I remember that. I remember that before I started my coaching and had my first client, and I would, be so nervous about it and all, but it was like, no, I've got this. Like, the universe doesn't give me what I can't, even when certain people would come into my life. So it's all part of the growth, isn't it? All part of the expansion.
It is.
And I love what you said. It's beautiful. I like that.
Cool. Thank you. I'm just going to have a quick look at a few more comments.
So if anyone would like the comments, type in worksheet, and I'm happy to pass them on to you. There's 2 worksheets for you to look at.
Okay, I've got one request here from Agnieszka for the worksheet. Anyone else who wants a worksheet, just leave a comment. If you're watching on replay, I don't know if I said this at the beginning, please hashtag replay and leave any comments. Wendy said, hi April, running out the door, would love to watch this. Hopefully you can come back later, Wendy. Marissa is, I did have the belief that not being good enough. However, since meeting Paulina Young,
this is Marissa. Hi, Marissa.
And Gabrielle, this is not the case anymore. Oh, yay. That's so
cool,
Marissa.
See, there you go. So Marissa's a gem. Good. She's amazing.
Oh, that's so awesome. And just, like if Paulina had not stepped into the role of coach and, do what she does now, if she hadn't believed in herself, then there's so many people who I know who have come across you and their lives have been changed. Just maybe by one comment, maybe by, a couple of coaching calls, whatever. If you hadn't believed in yourself, they wouldn't have had the benefit of meeting you. And so it's our duty to do what we feel called to do, right?
Yes, it is. Who are we not to do it is the question.
That's right. I've got another comment here from Elise Aru. She may know you. Hey, ladies, just seeing this.
Hello,
we'll watch
Elise.
The replay. Oh, very nice.
My
Thanks,
gorgeous
Elise.
Soul sisters. Love you guys.
Lovely.
Thanks for jumping on.
And Donna Marie, do you know Donna Marie? Donna Marie is watching.
Yes.
Donna,
Hi,
I don't know if you know either of us, but it's lovely to have you on. And if you haven't, if you've only just come on late, you've got to watch the replay. It's so good, isn't it? We love getting on here and jamming. We could talk all night, couldn't we? Jesus.
I know we could. Yes, we need to organise another live. But thank you for having me on your page. I really appreciate it.
I'm so delighted that you were here and that you had time for it. And if anyone is not following Paulina, please do, because she's the high vibe, awesome coach, empowering women to thrive. Thank you so much for coming on my page and being here with us all. And I look forward to another jam sometime soon.
We'll do another one. I want to have you on our group too. So that's watch this space.
Oh yeah, I'd love to do that. So yeah. All right, beautiful.
Thanks
Joe
everyone
says,
for
love
watching.
your work, legends.
Oh,
Thanks,
is that Joy?
Joe. All right.
I said Joe. Who's
Joe.
that? Who's that?
Joe.
Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Hey.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Okay,
Awesome.
I'm gonna go. That's what happens when you share it from your page. You're like, oh, I forgot I shared it, and people are watching. So there you go.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, that's so good. All right. Well, thanks
All
everyone
right.
for joining, and
If
take
you want
care
the
and have a good
worksheet, type
evening.
in worksheet. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thanks, my love.
Bye for now. See ya.
Thank you for having me.